Hello chat, hello VOD watchers. It's time for Harpooner Heathcliff. I have set up support passives here, and in addition to, playing the solo, I have a side goal of getting the highest HP possible. There are not very many things that increase your HP in this game, but one of those is Yasenyata Heathcliff's Ego passive, which increases your max HP when you recover from stagger. So I need an enemy that can stagger me 3 times, which I think is only Cromer realistically, because I'm pretty sure Wei would kill me. So I'm going for Manners floor 1 here, so hopefully I can get the pack I want. I did not get the pack I want.
많은 기대는 걸지 않았어요.
Yeah, that's... I know I have to be force staggered, since he only has 1 bar, and I think Cromer is the only force stagger that I can survive. Let's try again. I don't normally take the emergency investigator badge, but I have like a few floors I want to go through on like floors 5 through 10, so I would rather not have to go to TKT. If I could just get Manor Box to show up, that would be great. I really need to start doing this part before stream, but there we go. Only 1 reset. Hopefully I can actually beat the floor. I get question marks immediately, which is great, and an easy fight, which is even better. It's nice to see both the Wolf units used in Railway 1 Bakak, yeah. Follow-up attacks are good. Who would have guessed?
어떤 상황이 닥쳐도 포기하지 마세나. 저들의 공격은 우리의 투지를 꿰뚫을 수 없을 테니.
It's like, yeah, you generate so many less ego resources when you only have 5 people. But if you do follow-up attacks, those generate resources. So I'm really hoping I can get below my first stagger bar here. That's kind of the goal. So I'm going to actually attack here and hope to get staggered, I think, is the idea. Because as good as a unit as Harpooner Heathcliff is, I am a bit worried about getting staggered to butlers. Best case is I like burn below my stagger threshold as I kill him.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
4 tails on 10 SP, that will not be foreshadowing. I won't allow it. Yeah, I'm hoping that both of us stagger after this turn, although he didn't get much bleed there. So my skill 2 not inflict bleed, it might not. Oh, let's hope I survive this. Yeah, those are like reasonable damage numbers. 85 health, that's still better than how much health I had before stagger. So I guess, yeah, if I don't crit, I thought it would still activate Wound Cleared, if I'm being honest, because it's still A skill that inflicts... Oh, it's only potency. I didn't realize that Wound Clear didn't work for skills that inflict count only. Okay. Anyways. Let's actually get Sanity. He dies here. My health is a bit low. Maybe I should, like, not win the fight. Because now I only have, like, 50 health. Hopefully I get an event that gives me, like, resources or healing or something here. Just give me a Grey Coat. Nod is a healing, right? I'm pretty sure if I say Nod, he heals me. I don't need Tremor Gifts, I can get this stuff later. Let one person drink it all. Yeah, okay. I have 2 fights to get through.
가자, 죽이라.
Okay, this is the worrying one. That's a lot of rupture count. And chances are I'll have to Superbia here. But we'll see. Maybe I'm tanky enough. They aren't inflicting much potency, I don't think. Rupture and bleed, yeah. And that guy's going first. Yeah, okay. We're going to have to Superbia here and hope that the second fight is easier. And if I can't get through that, then I'll just have to not do Manners 4-1. I could, like, reset and stuff, but I'm streaming. I've got to get past 4-1 at some point. So we will use the cheat code. 800 damage on the first floor.
치명적인 손상을 입히는데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Now can I get through one tile with 90 health? Let's find out. This is a bad tile, but I can always counter spam for bleed. We might be fine. I'm surprised Binds doesn't use that much sanity. It's because it introduced the, like, sanity over time drain. At least I'm pretty sure it introduced it. Instead of costing like 30 sanity like Garden of Thorns, it costs 10 and then 10 for the next 3 turns. We'll have to see if counter spam can get me through this. I'm a little doubtful. In defense level we trust. I think they have too many coins. Even if most of these coins are doing like 2 damage. If I had Phlebotomy Pack, this would be a win. But yeah, essentially I'm Fatal to Lust, okay. We will not be doing Manners today. That's fine. I don't know if I've ever had to actually give up like this on stream, but that happens sometimes when you go for Manners. Instead, what do I even do instead? I mean, are we grabbing bleed gifts still? Yeah, it's definitely possible to get through if I reset for better tier 1 gifts at the start, but I'm not going to. We'll just go for standard stuff here. Maybe we don't get Needle and Thread, but we don't need it. Now I don't know where to go floor 1 though. It kind of doesn't matter. I'll look for any tier 3 gift maybe. I could go for maggots. Or I guess I'm looking for an economy gift. You know what? We'll take it. No, we won't. I lied. It's giving me another chance. I don't want voracious hammering though. I'll go for milepost. Oh, and there's a healing gift. So this run might have been able to get through manners better. But it will. Oh, that's a great start. Negative 18 SP on everyone.
가자. 죽이라.
Yes, I haven't really looked at Heathcliff's kit very detailed still, but it does seem to be Sinclair but a good identity, or a well-designed identity. Yeah, now that we have the comparison point, Sinclair seems quite a bit worse.
정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 보수 아니겠습니까?
Now I actually have Manor Box, so even though I'm getting staggered here, I should be fine. Do these guys not inflict Rupture Potency at all? I guess they're pure count. Oh, does Heathcliff have 3 stagger bars? Seems like a lot. Or are we talking about Sinclair? We're probably talking about Sinclair. And yeah, it's an issue on Sinclair.
치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Yeah, Heathcliff only has 1, okay. I thought about soloing with him today, having never used the idea before, but I wanted to do Harfooner. This is a fun one. I did it back in like Mirror Dungeon 3, and it was one of my favorites. I want to see how much it has changed with the stream. Taking a bit of damage here.
대부분의 상태가 좋지 않다는 건 알고 있습니다.
But I believe I got the healing gift, yeah. So I just need Absolute Resonance for healing. So I should be able to activate that on most turns now. He's an MD monster, yeah. I mean, he has Rupture and Burn, which is good for LCE checkup gifts, and then having natural AoE on the skill 3. Very, very good. And then I don't even know how you use his like skill 3 too, but I'm sure it's also good. I don't know if he can like use it every turn when he gets up to skill slots, or if it's hard limited or anything.
가자. 죽이라.
This fight should be easier.
저희에게 유리한 상황입니다. 이대로 승리까지 이끌어가 보도록. 개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
You can use it every other turn if you have multiple slots. Okay.
개체들이 더 월등한
Still
환경에
pretty
놓여
good.
있습니다. 이 정도로 저들이 우세를 점할 줄은 몰랐는데.
느려졌네 저거. 맞추기 쉽고.
폴린이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 엄청나게 강한 일격을. 여관에 가면 또 한참을 버텨줘.
보자 너.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Have a little bit of offense level. It's really crazy. I'm expecting to see like 60 offense level by the late floors. It should be fun. Potentially more if I actually like stall long enough to get more respite slots in like a normal battle.
도움이 될 때가 있네요. 화가 나서 제대로 된 판단이 안 서는 모양입니다.
가까워진다. 함의 끝.
Did a 412 run with Ramdon. It's another ID that like I just haven't looked at the new IDs. I don't know how they work. Besides, they are Heishu, so I can kind of assume.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
가까워진다.
Yeah, his skill, it's a 5+5 coin, if I remember right, for Heathcliff's skill 3 too, which is just, you know, really high numbers. It's up there with Capomare, the 5 coin skills. Okay, first shop, we get an economy gift. That will help make up for the fact that I have to do an extra heal here. And then we look for bleed gifts. And poise gifts. Okay. Sell for interest, and I guess in the sake of making sure I don't lose, I'll go ahead and enhance this. So never mind on the interest thing, we don't have very much cost.
가자. 죽이라.
Least interesting Heisho for Ramdon, that's unfortunate. Oh, it's Mr. 99 Paralyze. I haven't fought this guy in a long time.
직접 선별한
보자
용도
너.
국도는 영웅당 탑 5가 도움이 되었는가? 볼일이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 일격을.
I'm tired of every new defensive skill being clashable. Let my defensive skills actually be defensive skills to use when I, you know, can't clash.
가까워진다.
얼마나 좋습니까?
함의 끝.
직전의 공격처럼 대체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
This Tremor boss is not having a good time against me. He doesn't have any of the Rose Fanners that actually inflict count, so they just inflict same turn Tremor, and then it goes away. And now they can't even burst anything. Although I also don't have a stagger bar, so kind of no matter what they weren't accomplishing anything.
보자 너.
And I'll go ahead and grab one rat resource there, that killed him. The last ID with the normal defense skill is the one that should have had a clashable. Is that She-Fest? Or who are you talking about? Where is the chicken? There it is.
가자. 죽이라.
Oh yeah, is Incorporation a normal defense? I mean, that makes sense, I
대체가 유리한
think.
조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데.
I don't think she needs it to be clashable, because then you run into issues of like it clashing for the Incorp song combo attack. I wouldn't be surprised if that was an issue they had, and that's why she doesn't have a clashable guard.
제압 개체의 상태가 좋지 않습니다.
보자 너.
제대로 된 일격만 가한다면 효율적인 효과를 이 개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
가까워진다.
이제야
앞으로의
실력을 좀
전투도
내시네요.
이대로만
평소에도 이러면
부탁드리겠습니다.
얼마나 좋습니까?
보자 너.
Ramdon having lust, fueling red sheets. Make the skill 2 a damage vulnerability buff to your skill 3. I feel like we've seen that before. We've at least had the opposite, with like multi-crack fast inflicting envy fragility with the skill 3 to then use a skill 2 next turn. Which one is the event? Top. I guessed wrong. You might get no chicken gifts today. That would be sad.
가자. 죽이라.
Waydon is just unfortunate. I haven't really heard people talking about her gameplay-wise. It's always just like, oh, look at the funny acquisition art.
꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠.
보자 너.
기운이 넘치는군. 역시 직접 선별한 요
It's like, she barely makes the sinking team and you'll never use her on Rupture, is basically what I've heard.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
It's a very standard ID, yeah.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠느냐?
I actually got 15 bleed on me. I don't expect that from Hell's Chicken
개체에게
enemies.
치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
가까워진다.
앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
내 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게
Purely a haste, like the middle, yeah.
심장.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
Really needed another modern sinking ID. Yeah, I think too many people are like too fast to completely dismiss an ID that isn't like the top 7 for a status effect.
정보의 부족이군.
If you are the 9th best sinking ID, that's still like usable. Either as a backup if people die, or just if you don't have every other best sinking ID yet. Wow, I actually got no chicken gifts. 2 events, but just both of them missed. That's unfortunate. Maybe I'll get lucky in the shop.
생각보다 좋은 선택이었어.
Going to really like not buy anything to give more chances to roll into the unique stuff. Even things that I would normally buy here. I will take Fleb Pack though. And Emerald Elytra, I've seen too many situations where it just doesn't show up. But it looks like we're out of... Okay, we got Needle and Thread. That's normally the hardest one to get. So, no Tango Marinade, whatever. I can live without Tango Marinade. I'm actually using a, good enough ID that clashing shouldn't be an issue. Then I get Rusty Coin there, okay. Unexpected.
가자. 죽이라.
You feel like sinking needs a bit more recognizement? I have to disagree. I recently counted like how many IDs for each status there were, and Burn and Charge had significantly less than the others. It was like 16 and 15 on Burn and Charge versus the next lowest was I think 23, which was sinking. But the counts get even worse if I only count like IDs I would consider to be Burn focused. Because then we lose like both of the thumb IDs. And like Peck-Odd-ish and stuff we're counting as Burn. So Burn is definitely in need of the most stuff right now. Burn and Charge.
맞추기 쉽고
어디 보자.
보자 너.
Yeah, there's still not a Sinclair sinking ID at all. Sun Shower Sinclair win. There's never going to be a charge season. You might be right. We got a charge intervalo though, so that shows that like they can make charge IDs. Like make new charge IDs that aren't just W Corp and R Corp.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도
Actually, now that I say that, if we don't count unique charge, are the only charge IDs Warp Corp, R Corp, and then Multicrack?
보자 너. 가까워진다.
저들이 기세등등하니
I guess there's Rose Spanner. Yeah, that's the other faction that they added for charge. They should have made LCD fast charge. If any base ID was going to be charge, it would probably be fast. But I have definitely like thought about how there isn't charge in the base IDs, as you know, the guy that plays with the base IDs a lot. It's pretty easy to notice no charge. Would you look at that? Dark Flame Smoking Pipe free for the taking.
가자. 죽이라.
And since I actually have the T-Corp badge, which I usually don't, I probably don't even need to worry about dying in full stop.
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠.
Yeah, I mean, there's also no base ID for Burn.
초일이 방금 뭘
There's like 4 for Rupture, for some reason. And then like, yeah, 3 for Sinking, 2 for Bleed, but Dawn doesn't get Bleed until up type 4, I'm pretty sure.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게
Yeah, Burn is basically just Liu. That's why Burn has the least IDs. We did get 2 Roosters now, so they have one other faction that we actually have 2 IDs for.
맞추기 쉽고.
Many of the base IDs feel like a magic up tie 5 would put them on teams occasionally. I have to disagree there. The base IDs are far, far away from any modern IDs.
정보의 부족.
Just one up tie 5 isn't going to suddenly see them on teams. Even if they inflicted like way more status, they just have such low coins, and coins matter a lot.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시.
보자 너.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
When they don't know what to give something, they give it Rupture, unless it's an enemy, and then they give it Bleed. Because literally over half the bosses in this game inflict Bleed. It's crazy. At least to some extent they have Bleed. That's another thing I counted in the past. We're looking for Gear Shrapnel. Heathcliff is actually a decent Burn ID before he got a real Burn ID. I feel like he is meant to be a Burn ID. He has so much more in his kit about Burn instead of Rupture.
도무지 자만하지 않겠어.
So even though he is both, I lean him on the burn side.
가자. 죽이라.
너무 약올리신 것 같은데요.
보자 너.
기세가
I
확연히
did
달라졌어요.
pick up Gear Shrapnel there, and since Dark Flame Pipe is my floor reward, I actually don't have anything to look for in this shop.
성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
Their numbers are almost passable. Maybe if you look at, like, specifically Heathcliff or Ryoshu. But someone like Base Gregor or Base Faust, their numbers are not passable.
그만큼 의미 없고
그러졌네. 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
What is my favorite uptie art?
엄청나게 강한 일격을.
I haven't thought about it too much. I have a least favorite.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
It's probably LCE Faust uptie 3. That's what I set my Steam background for Olympus to. So at least at a time, that was my favorite. I'm not sure if it's changed. But I'm a big fan of Faust, I'm a big fan of LCE Faust, and I like the fire aesthetic, so it's just like a perfect combination there.
어차피 이미 이길 거라고
가까워진다.
생각했으니까.
가까워진다. 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
Ryoshu continues to be the only usable base ID. That's more or less true. It depends what you're going for. Like, she's not going to contribute to any status, but none of the base IDs are. So that's not really a fault against her. Finally a skill replace. Okay, that was a pretty good shop. Give me poise gifts. I'm looking for... Okay, yeah, these are good. I need to fuse Pierce Memories. Just kidding, I got the Burnstone. That's fun. I want to sell one more thing to buy the bell. What here is useless? I kind of... Oh yeah, I should have fused with this. I'll do that next floor. I can get rid of the Tremor Gift. Okay. You've tried LCV Faust's MD Souls, but most of the time she does barely any damage.
가자. 죽이라.
That's not the issue. Oh wait, LCV Faust. I was thinking LCE Faust. Yeah, LCV Faust is going to be one of the lowest damaging IDs in the game, for sure.
기세가 확연히 달라졌어요.
The competition is like maybe base-ish, just because of being all single coin.
엄청나게 강한 일격을.
Or like Otis. Any other full single coin would be the only competition for base Faust in terms of lowest damage in Mirror Dungeon.
이번에 받으신 의뢰가 기한이 꽤 촉박합니다. 여기서 한시라도 지체했다간
Favorite base ID is Honglu.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요.
He at least has like a kit. I love my same turn attack power down. Honglu's definitely been a savior of the base IDs challenge for that. Along with Faust's next turn debuffs being useful. Okay, only one Vapor that will hit me. Hopefully I can kind of like hit that critical mass of outgoing attacks versus incoming attacks where I don't just die.
자, 아직 끝을 모르는 법이네.
맞추기 쉽군.
원더풀한 선택이었어, 나리. 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
Season 7 will drown us in burn. Yeah, I am a believer in Season 7 being burn.
신속하게 전투를 마쳐보죠.
That's 2 incoming. I'm like definitely dead to that. Let's go ahead and retry. A few too many lost skills coming in.
너무 약올리신 것
That's more
같은데.
like it.
적의 기세가 확연히 달라졌어.
The final idea for season 6 being Ryoshi. I mean, it's kind of been a trend where the last ID of a season is like the next season's center. With like Ufi, Heathcliff, and Envious and Arcor Ponlu. Is this run egoless? I'm going for maximum HP, which relies on an ego passive. So no, I'm not intending egoless. I just tend to not use ego in general, unless I have to. It's just how I play. Yeah, I probably should use an ego here, assuming I'm able to. I don't remember if I got a resource pass gift or not. Looks like I did. I wonder if Ryoshi's Season 7 Battle Pass Yuga will be Aleph. For a while I've been predicting that Ryoshi's Pass Yuga would be the first Aleph. I think that's been my prediction ever since, like, Kanto 5 or Kanto 6. Definitely when she got Contempt Awe, I was like, they aren't just going to give her another WoW, they're going to make it special. In the interest of winning, I will be egoing here. Another Sun Shower U-song, are you saying they up its rank later? I feel like they're going to really try to not do that again. Like, Sun Shower U-song was so much stronger than any other ego in the game when it came out. Because even the, like, old good egos, Uptype 4 didn't exist, or Threadspin 4 for egos, so, like, most things only had 1 attack weight, maybe 3. Except Fluid Sac, yeah. Fluid Sac, it still existed. But in terms of, like, doing damage, there was almost no need to heal back then. Because, like, why would you ever take damage? Oh yeah, I'm not Fatal to Lust anymore because I used an ego. That's another thing that's useful. We almost got our first actual Envy Resonance turn. We got 4 over here. If we ever see Aleph, it's going to be in Purgatorio. No, I don't think they're going to take that long with it. Considering, like, how quickly other stuff has been progressing, like how quickly we got WoW after game launch, and how quickly we got a Star of the City Valpurgis unit, even if it is just a general reception. Should slot in Holiday for the Christmas vibes. I had Body Sack on to try to help me get your manners when that was the plan, because Holiday is Envy Fatal. But I could switch it later, now that I'm not going for manners for one. We're going to get a lot of offense level this turn. all of these are clashing, and Respite is still like the most broken solo gift. That doesn't have to do with survivability, I should say. The first 12 to 13 cantos are just part 1 of Inferno. Yes, the real thing is 100 cantos long, but based on like our progression across these like first 9 cantos we've had or whatever, we can pretty safely say Limbus will not be 100 cantos,
우리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
because we have done more progress than just like 8 cantos worth. I'm fairly. That's what I've seen people that actually like know about the book have said. I haven't read the source material, but I believe them.
가까워진다.
Yeah, Respite is just free 30, 40 offense level as long as you have a 2-coin skill.
가까워진다. 항해 끝. 가까워진다. 항해 끝. 가까워진다. 항해
I should upgrade Wound Clarence so that I'm like actually inflicting bleed.
또 한참을 걸으셔.
보자 너.
Although I guess like
해줄 이야기가
killing the enemies won't be the issue. Once I'm past floor 3, that's the hardest part of the run until floor 13.
느려져 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
There's a big difference between the Sign of Roses gifts, yeah. One of them is does almost nothing, and then the other one gives you 10 Clash power up. Oh, it's on final power boost. This is the trial that I normally avoid no matter the cost based on final power, but today we've got one. Now, speaking of Sign of Roses, if we're going for the highest HP possible, then even more so than normal, this is the only choice. You want to see more like different Project Moon games? I feel like that has been a growing sentiment from more people that I've talked to. It's like Limbus is cool and all, but like give us something else. This is a great start. Getting level up already. There's like 4 level up events. If I got all of them, then I would set a new record. I'm not sure. I don't remember how many I got on my one that I have on the thumbnail. I think I had King and Vines and then one of the +2s. So it's a very beatable personal record. I just need to actually beat it. What am I fusing? I failed to get the Pure Stone last time, so we'll go for that. 3, 3, and a 1. Actually, no. 3 and 2 2s. There it is. Now I can sell this. And we're well on our way to a good run here. Yeah, alright. Our economy is going well. I've got like 4 different eco gifts now.
죽이라.
A new game with Distortion Detective plotline? Yeah, I thought their reasoning for like stopping Distortion Detective was so that they could make it a game. They might just integrate that into Limbus though at this point, considering they've introduced the characters and, you know, they're a part of Limbus Company.
놈들과 싸울 때가 떠오르네요. 또 날아가기 싫으시면 제대로 보고 대처하셔야 합니다.
보자 너.
기본 안
I'd like to see much more of the outskirts too. Yeah, that's a fair point as well. Going beyond the limits of the city. See what else is in the world.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까? 여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시고
보자 너.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
Outskirts survival game where it's lore accurate and it's just unreasonably difficult. Sounds fun for people like me.
개체 부위가 파괴되었습니다. 대형 메뉴
Thinking about how mirror dungeons will evolve by the time the game's at the end, things have changed a lot since Mirror Dungeon 1, so there's definitely room for it to change more. A true Project Moon game where the difficulty is always high. I thought the thing about Project Moon games was that they had a vertical difficulty curve. Thought that was always the joke people said. Okay. Floor 5 time. I can go basically anywhere. I have a few packs I definitely want to go to. Just seeing if any of those will show up nicely. This is one of them. Evil defining for the harpoon leg. No brutality on bridal? I wish there was brutality on bridal. Brutality doesn't increase the enemy's health at all, and if they roll tails, it doesn't increase their clashing at all. Or, well, I think it gives them like 5% health, but everything does that. Brutality is like
죽이라.
so much less bad than people think it is.
개체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록 하죠.
느려졌네 저거. 맞추기 쉽고.
Like, it's still the third worst trials, don't get me wrong. But I think base and final power are worse. And most people say, like, brutality is the worst by far, never take it no matter what.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시고
보자 너.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
가까워진다.
괜찮은 공격이네요.
끝.
앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
느려졌네 저거. 맞추기 쉽군.
It's only bad if you don't get Midwinter plus Compass. It's like, yeah.
직전에
What is the hard
개체의
part
치명적인
of
이력을 가해보고
Mirror Dungeon? I guess that's the question you have to ask. If you answered like 415 hidden bosses, then brutality is way better to take than base or final power, because you just add 2 sinking gifts and they are permanently at minus 45 and always hit tails, and brutality just gives them nothing.
맞추기 쉽군.
Learning stuff is the hard part. That's, yeah, very true actually. It's a completely different skill set from Limbus. Like most Olympus gameplay, you throw your IDs in and you hit win rate and that's good enough, but to actually like play Mirror Dungeon, you have to have knowledge about gifts and trials and what things do. There's a lot more knowledge that you need to do good in Mirror Dungeon compared to the base game.
방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요.
보자 너.
이것이 바로
가까워진다.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
And we're fighting Skin Prophet again.
죽이라.
I can't like break his candles before he just wakes up on his own. so I'm just going to hit him. I want the birds back as well. They're probably my favorite, like, group of abnormalities from the first games.
자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치우고 끝나지 않는 모험을 향하여.
Where's lobotomy ego twilight? Yeah. Maybe in 5 years.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐와도 포기하지
보자 너.
못하겠습니다.
A different center had each of the bird equipments. Yeah, I think that's likely.
비효율적인 공격이었습니다.
I don't have enough damage right now to stagger him turn 1 without Lunar, but yeah, you normally just attack him, or you don't attack him, and then he wakes up on turn 4. And then he dies.
평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
Oh yeah, speaking of Lei Hang, random announcer drop out of nowhere. I'm actually slightly tempted to pull on like a normal banner for the first time in quite a while. Because I'm a fan of Lei Hang. As much as I hate the fight, one of the worst fights they've designed for a few reasons. I think that the character is pretty good.
대체가 유리한 조건에 놓여 있는 것 같은데 더 꼼꼼히 관찰해 보도록.
가까워진다.
본인이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 일격을.
Ricardo Rudia? I think it's just like too obvious. And like too obvious in the way that they'll actually do it. They're going to make Ricardo Heathcliff if we ever get the Ricardo ID. I just can't see a world where they don't do that.
가까워진다.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
The fight is funny. I mean, it's definitely like a storytelling moment when you reach, this is the first 6 coin move in the entire game, and he's spending his whole turn doing it. It's a very impactful moment when you first see that if you don't know it's coming.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
늘어져 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
And it was so funny back when they hadn't fixed the text scrolling speed. So that one move had so many lines of text that it just scrolled past way faster than you could possibly read it, which made it even funnier. They actually corroded me. These guys inflict sinking. Wow.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
So much for egoless. Except I already used ego on full stop.
사라지리라. 그것이 세상이라. 그것이 곧 나. 이리라.
입이 다물어지지 않을 정도의
Not even Vines. Blame the mermaids, not me.
수많은 고리가 일순한다. 너는 즉시 사라지리라. 그것이 세상이라. 그것이 곧 나. 이리라.
Or you can blame Heathcliff if you want, I guess.
이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중인데 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
And actually showed an enemy doing overpowered enemy things. I mean, I saw somebody I knew thought it was like a force loss.
항해.
They thought it was not even at all supposed to be survivable pre-nerf, which I think that's funny.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
가까워진다. 항해.
When it did 350 damage with all broken coins pre-nerf, yeah. That's what makes it so funny. I would not call it fair. obviously, you know, most people agreed that got voted to be nerfed for a reason. But it can still be a funny part of Limbus Company's history. Free tier 4 gift. I don't have the most important economy gift yet. That's why I'm still like running out of cost. There it is. Nice prestige card. And I will not forget to make guiding gas lamp today. Was pre-nerf Leheng possible with base centers? I don't think so. At least, okay, base centers, yes. Base IDs and base ego, I don't think so. Because there's a screenshot of somebody doing it with base IDs that I saw, but they never made a video, and I just, with the amount I struggled to do it even post-nerf, and with how quickly they made the video, I just have to assume they used non-base ego. I think that's the only reasonable assumption. Okay. When you first fought Ricardo, you thought it was a scripted loss. Yeah, that one too. It's like, oh, he's just clashing way higher than me. Hello, gas harpoon. My skill 1 outrolls your highest rolling skill on the first turn, so I have a feeling I know how this fight's going to end. You doubt there will be any impossible bosses for base IDs for a while. That's where this funny thing called fixed deployment, or like limited deployment, comes in. Like, the Heisho pre-nerf in Nocturnal Sweeping, I fully believe they were impossible. Because you were limited to those specific 5 centers, and you had to fight like 11 of them on a single tile. I do not think they could do it. So if we just get like a difficult boss that has limited center deployment, we could also find something impossible. Unbreakable Rupture? Yeah, I mean, we've already got our taste of Unbreakable Rupture. That was this season's main thing. So I guess next season is going to be Unbreakable Burn, which was the main thing that made Leheng so hard. So next season could be really difficult for the base IDs. They have no way to heal outside of Dawn's ego passive and Gregor's. Gregor can heal himself with his kit, or his support passive is 5 per turn. And that's it. Otis is definitely in the like top 4 base IDs, yeah. If I was going to use any of the base IDs outside of the base IDs only challenge, then it would probably be Heathcliff, but Otis would be second. A 21 rolling skill 3 still has its value. If coin is broken effect, yeah, we mostly get like on hit without cracking effects, which barely work. Okay, what am I looking for? I think I normally don't do this, but I'm actually going to go for line 3 early here. I normally do this on 411, but I want to go to a certain someone on 411. I'll get the snakeskin later. I want to try to get it along with False Halo in the shop, ideally.
응원도
I have time to get it
결국은
still.
약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐이고 정보통은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 요구하는 고수 아니겠습니까?
방금 뭘 본 것인가? 오, 엄청나게 강한 일격을.
And then we have a very brief intermission to kill a dog. Will he get to attack? Looks like the answer's no.
보잖아. 늘어졌네 저거.
개체에게 치명적인
Unbreakable
손상을
sinking
입히는
would be the
가까워지는
worst,
올바른
because
방법으로
sanity
개체에게
snowballing is already the worst part of Limbus, in many ways. I want to say they would be very careful with that, but we actually have tier 3 Gloom Pecatulums to prove that they aren't that careful with it. Those guys inflict a lot of sinking. What floor am I on? This is Railway 3, yeah, so I'm not looking for anything too important here. I can buy whatever I want. Oh yeah, and the frog in the Baccac, forgot about that. What's next on the fusion list? I need to eventually get to Lunar Memories, so I'll make the other damage type stones. Yeah, +8, +4 sinking. I think it's actually like 12, because they have a second line that inflicts even more sinking on the same coin.
가자. 죽이라.
너무 약올리신 것 같은데.
보잖아.
저기 기세가 확연히 달라졌어요.
가까워진다.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
Unavoidable sanity loss in general, yes.
이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
It's such a, like, I feel like they've really trapped themselves with game design around sanity, because it is just so important and so snowbally.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까? 방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
늘어졌네 저거. 맞추기. 가까워진다. 항해.
Yeah, 5 count and 5 potency on head tip. That's what I remember from our favorite frog. Did I have 10 rupture there? Oh yeah. Yes, actually I will say Unbreakable Coins not triggering sinking is a very good sign that they've implemented twice now.
아직 끝을 모르는 법이네.
So hopefully they, keep that idea if they introduce more sinking in the future.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네. 해결사 영웅기에 이런 구절이 있었지. 어디 보자.
보잖아. 가까워진다.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을
늘어져 가까워진다.
이것이 바로
These guys actually did some good damage to me. I expected to just be destroying them.
가까워진다. 하늘을 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에
보자.
이따가 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
가까워진다. 항해 끝.
We are in that part of the run though, where everything is outclassed by like 20.
가까워진다. 하늘 끝. 가까워진다.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를 철저히 했나 보자.
Or almost 30 in that case.
늘어져 가까워진다. 하늘 끝. 가까워진다. 하늘 끝. 가까워진다.
Hardest part of a solo is always floor 1. If you go to full stop, then it could be floor 3. But yeah, for the most part, floor 1.
이따가 버스에서 회고해야지 않겠는가?
Floor 1 and then floor 15 lay hang. Those are the hardest parts of a solo.
가까워진다. 하늘 끝. 늘어져 가까워진다. 하늘 끝.
You know, I almost did a full stop Heathcliff solo today, but I don't want this run to take like 3 hours,
가까워진다.
and I think I'll save that one a little bit. I don't want to do like too many hard solos back to back here, because I'm doing Base Sinclair in 2 weeks, for those of you who don't know. And then before that I have an Otis solo next week, and I do not know who to do for that one yet, but I'm thinking Magic Bullet. Where am I going now? So packs I still want to go for. We have 1, 2, 3. I have 1 extra floor. So I can do 1 pack that isn't... Ooh. Do I believe in getting the snakeskin in the shop? I don't think so. I haven't emptied the gift pool enough yet. We'll go for Bamboo Hat. You did a Base Dawn solo yesterday. Base Dawn is definitely like the most interesting base idea for a solo because of the stacking attack power up with your skill 2. And then you can like actually hit your speed conditionals for your skill 3, and it's not that bad of a skill. But yeah, I did a Based on partial solo before. I switched to solo after like floor 6. After I did base IDs for just the first 5 floors instead of solo, and I enjoyed it.
공수에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까? 여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시다. 다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
You plan on doing a base Rhodia solo. That's going to be one of the hardest, I feel like. Because Rhodia can't get carried by an ego, she just doesn't have one. Your best option is like Corroded Sanguine Desire, but that's, you know, unreliable and costs a ton of resources, so if you don't get like every resource gift. At least she has decent health though, and she does have a, you know, a 2-coin bleed skill for Respite offense level, if you get to that point.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
I think Yi Song would be the worst base ID to solo with though. It's either like Yi Song or just actually Sinclair. Hello. Yeah, streams have been doing a bit better recently. I don't know if it's like because I actually uploaded a video, if YouTube is showing it to more people or what, but these last 2 streams have been my highest viewed, I think. Maybe we can get like, maybe we can hit a peak viewers of 25 when I do the base Sinclair solo in 2 weeks. I can make that a goal. I am working on a Discord server, but I'm new to it and I want to make sure it's actually like set up right before I make it public.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠.
보자 너 가까워진다.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 좀 이렇군요.
여정네 저거 맞추기 쉽.
Aesong has decent egos. I don't know. It's like his egos don't have keywords for clashing in Mirror Dungeon.
여관에 가면
That's the biggest issue with them, and like Wishing Cairn's survivability is so specific. It's against lust, or not lust, but sloth and blunt skills specifically.
가까워진다.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나
가까워진다.
These guys still do a lot of rupture, even post-nerf these Heisho are dangerous. Like yeah, the base IDs could not beat this fight pre-nerf in the story. There's just no way.
가까워진다. 가까워진다. 함이 진짜
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
I'm getting a lot of Starlight from these reward cards. Sinclair's Saving Grace is super ego, it's 7 weight and a real keyword. I cannot believe that you have actually benefited from that. You have to just be like joking or something. Surely you did not actually get value out of Lifetime Stew in Mirror Dungeon Extreme. I don't think Felbolt is good for solo because it is fake AoE. You don't actually get to like kill stuff with it. It has 2 keywords, but it doesn't actually work when I tried it, I'm pretty sure. You've seen people using it on solos. I think it can like... I think Needle and Thread will still damage in AoE, but it's not actually good. You'll get a lot more damage out of Sun Shower if it's able to clash. You hit 2 enemies, yeah, sounds about right. What was I doing? I need slash memory still. Have any useless gifts? I think this counts. Yeah, I can't inflict more rupture when I don't inflict rupture. And I got drill, okay. I'll go ahead and enhance this for HP. The Scarlet Moths, it was my favorite ego gift in the entire game for a long time. It used to be very, like, a lot better than most ego gifts we had. Because, like, Tang Tang Honglu's Shank was the highest damaging skill in the game. At least that you could reliably do. There was still quick suppression and, like, grip space, but those take at least some setup. And so that's a lust skill doing a lot of damage. It would just kill 2 enemies next scene. And there was also a bug with it that some of you might know about.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
You think I could beat the sweepers by only countering? I probably could.
너무 약올리신 것 같은데요.
보자 너
Let's just see if I counter... Let's see how high my counter rolls actually with offense level.
가까워진다.
Okay, only 18. I don't have clear mirror yet, I guess. Sweepers were never nerfed. So this is just what sweepers have always been.
보자 너
어떤 선택을
The only nerfs were to the Heisho and to a singular one of Zilu's skills got 1 lower base power. Ricardo and the sweepers weren't changed.
한이 끝.
이따위 복잡.
보자. 가까워진다.
저들의
해체에게
술수는 잠깐일
치명적인
뿐이네.
손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
우리에게 꺾여버릴 것이
앞으로의
자명하니.
전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
I kind of wish the sweepers were nerfed though, because this is in the top 3 worst fights for the base IDs challenge.
그렇네. 바로 우리들의 이야기지.
가까워진다. 한이 끝.
The bug with their skills, yeah. You used to just not be able to clash one of them. I have no idea why.
한이 가까워진다. 한이 끝.
They would always. I don't think there was a reuse bug, but for some reason, one of these lust skills, I don't know. Is 333 their only lust skill? I think so. This was just unclashable for no good reason.
보자. 가까워진다. 한이 끝. 가까워진다.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도
And then they punish you for having the audacity to play the game. That's a good way to describe it. They also punished you for letting Sichun die, even though she gets herself killed.
바로 정보의 힘입니다.
Because then they just always have more slots than you. And so you're taking unavoidable hits every turn. And those unavoidable hits might be a 6-coin trash disposal.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
So it was a very, very bad fight for the base IDs.
한이 끝. 가까워진다. 한이 끝. 가까워진다. 한이 끝. 가까워진다. 한이 끝.
여관에 가면 또 한참 못 받으시고.
보자.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
가까워진다.
Yeah, you didn't overkill it, go stagger, because they would like unstagger themselves with that effect. So even though you like used up their stagger bar and should have staggered them, they just don't, and they still hit you, and then maybe they even heal. Because sweepers. Give me keen and body up, I suppose. I wish I counted as a middle ID. It would be fun if I could get the middle synergy on this guy. It's actually like the same. Well, I guess this gets a gift out of the pool. Now I have 3 packs left to go for. And I think I know where I want all of them to be for floors 8, 9, and 10. But I am not being given any of them here. Okay. Do I just go here with none of the gifts showing? We can do better. We'll risk the railway one now. Hopefully the snake skin shows up in the shop. I have a lot of money for rerolls if I need to. And if I do my keyword refreshes on bleed, it should be almost guaranteed to... Well, like I have all the bleed gifts, so it'll just be random. I should have a good chance of getting it here.
해냈다.
There it is, first drop, okay. No need to worry. I still need slash memories. It's giving me everything except what I want. So I want higher tier gifts right now is the main thing. I'll buy like any tier 3 and 4 that I see, because the goal is, of course, to empty the gift pool, or at least empty the tier 4 pool, so that I can fuse into Piece of Relationship. That's the main thing I'm looking for right now. Is line 2 a must for solo runs? It is the best option on floor 4 by far, because Bridal doubles your health on floor 15, because it's a 50% increase, but then adversities are a 50% decrease, and those are additive. So if you don't have Bridal, you have half as much health, which means that Investigator Badge heals you for half as much, and you just, like, full health plus Investigator Badge is less than just full health, though, if you don't have Bridal. I think Bridal is the second best solo gift, behind Unhatched Embers. Looks like we're corroding today, because I did not break his eye on turn 1.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
There's 16 base power on that skill. It's crazy. But yeah, time to corrode. Get Yasenyata again. We're consistent with it. 50.
순환의 고리가 일순간다. 넌 즉시 사라지리라. 그것이 세상이라. 그것이 곧 나. 이리라.
And he dies to the first one.
손상을 입히는데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
I really wonder how they're going to handle Railway 2 Bakyak, because Railway 2, nobody thinks it was good. And if they just made it, like, released it as it was, but added unbreakables and increased enemy rolls, I don't think that would go over too well.
대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군요.
It's a shame, because I think Railway 2 had a lot of potential, with like the high cycles being an alternate goal besides fast clears, and then the like buffs in between the stations I thought were a interesting way to make it stand out from normal Limbus gameplay. But then the fights they chose, man, were they not interesting to do. Like 7 protection Drifting Fox. Terrible experience.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에 그러면 얼마나 좋습니까?
Are they actually going to stagger me? I'd have got those 3 heads rolls. They did it. Which just gives me even more health. 539. Every line 2 fight looks kind of miserable. Yeah. You have, like, Steam Transport Machine, who makes himself practically invulnerable if you can't kill him on the same turn where you break his part. You have Drifting Fox, who gives himself, you know, 4 to 7 protection and lowers your sanity unavoidably. You have, like, what else was bad? I mean, Lantern was annoying because he just decreases your amount of skill slots, but he was really easy. I feel like there was one more bad fight that I'm forgetting. I mean, Shock Centipede. I'm sure you love taking just like an extra 3 turns because he feels like being invincible on 1 health. It really was not a great experience to be playing Railway back then. So, I still need Miracle in District 20. And then besides that, I could like go for this, I guess? I don't really need more defense level though. I didn't mean to do that. Well, I guess I'm going here now. I don't get anything out of this pack. At least I'm pretty sure I don't. Yeah, it's all Rupture and Burn.
가자, 죽이라.
Railway 3 was my favorite. Railway 3 was the one where I like tried the hardest to get a good turn count. And I'm pretty happy with what I got. Because I did it like before Blade Lineage Mare came out, or anyone else that was able to lower it. I'm pretty sure that I technically had the record for the Railway 3 turn clear time for about 11 hours before someone beat it. But I will take a temporary record. I enjoyed that one. If Railway 5 was harder, it would be the most fun. I feel like most people call Railway 5 the hardest. Am I wrong to say that? It's like, it's definitely harder than 1 and 2. You could argue for 3 just because it didn't have a chain battle yet, and then I think Railway 5 is harder than 4. Railway 5's boss that dies when you look at it. Yeah, I mean, especially with like Bloody Banquet and the other buffs, the buffs help you way more than they help the enemies. Yeah, the line to Envy Pecatulums, I still stand by what I've said. I think Kurikumo Ishmael was designed to be an awful Envy Pecatulum, and that was their main goal when designing her. 400 roses just kind of does nothing, yes. He sits there and you drink his blood feast and then he dies. But he uses a lot of unbreakable coins before he dies. Because we needed another boss whose main mechanic was having lots of unbreakable coins.
직전의 공격처럼 개체에게 치명적인 일격을 가해봅시다.
가까워진다. 가까워진다.
뻔히 보이는 게로군. 방금 전에 위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이때는 버스에서 회고해야 하지 않겠는가?
Yep, evil Heathcliff going unopposed with an extra 4 damage up because Kurikumo Ishmael used her skill 2. And it's not like you can stagger him because he is unstaggerable. Because Kurikumo Ishmael, once again.
바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
I'm kind of okay with 400 roses being an easy boss though, because like it's at the end of a pretty long section. I think that's like the longest fight in the game is Railway 5 Section 3. And it would feel very bad to lose there. And I feel bad for all the mobile players who crashed there. GMU is probably longer now, but at least when it came out, it was the longest. I don't actually know. I've never seen a low turn clear of GMU. I know that.
치명적인 손상을 입히는
I mean, I
데
guess I could
성공했습니다.
estimate based on how many
앞으로의
turns my base
선택은
IDs took.
부탁드리겠습니다.
I would have to see how long base IDs took on Railway 5 again. It's been a while.
다리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
You originally crashed on 400 roses, yeah.
깔끔하게 잘랐습니다.
I'm sure that's like
니콜리나와
the worst
상치가
feeling in Envious. Besides maybe, you know, losing to a boss that has single-digit health left.
폴린이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 일격을! 이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 부위 한쪽이 떨어져 나갔군. 과거 본인의 모험에서도.
Okay. We're almost done here with this floor that I accidentally went to.
가까워진다.
개체 부위가
I should really make Clear Mirror,
대응 매뉴얼을 어느 정도 숙지하시면
but I want to get Lunar first. I should get Lunar Memories soon. I've been a bit unlucky with my fusions. I missed 2 of my 90%, and then I also missed 2 of my 50/50s. There's a tier 4. That guarantees I'll fuse Lunar when I do it. There's Faith. There's that skill replaced. The worst feeling you've had was on 634, he was around 100 HP, and then he had higher speed and killed Heathcliff. Yeah. You go for the ticket to never run out of poise count. That's usually what Emerald Elytra plus does. Like, maybe you run out when you get up to like 7 or 8 skill slots, but I tend to not care about poise at that point. But yeah, I didn't mean to go to this pack. I probably could have done a better one. Okay, can I finally get the last piece of Lunar Memories? There it is. So I can fuse Lunar next floor. I'll go ahead and make a few more things now. Like Clear Mirror, and I think I'll actually just enhance the rest of my stuff. Because there's a lot to enhance here. I need to make downpour. I can probably do that now as well. If the base IDs ever get up to 5, just give Heathcliff the 634 kit. That's actually a great idea. Make him a full-on Rupture ID. There's downpour. And if I sell one more thing for 50, I can even enhance it. Artistic sense, that's probably... Yeah, I'll make that next floor after Lunar, probably.
가자, 죽이라.
Rupture, Bleed, and Tremor. Throw Sinking on there too, why not?
우리를 가로막는 저 시련을 해치우고 끝나지 않는 모험을 향하여. 또 방심하다가 당하셨네요. 하지만 아직 더 할 수 있으신 거 알고 있습니다. 조금 더 해보시죠.
Hopefully I don't die to the status effect. I have 2 revives, so I should be fine. I'm assuming Unhatched Embers works here.
집중을 부탁드리겠습니다.
보자 너.
You didn't get to try out Free-Nerf Ring Song.
꺼진다. 항해의 끝.
What non-specific tier 4 gifts belong to? You know, the rail belongs to Porcubus, yes. Not sure how many other ones we know of that. I mean, Red Gossypium presumably belongs to the Gossypium we know. Looking for a miracle. Game is going to make me spend more Starlight, isn't it? Yes. I feel like the Ring Song, I think they just didn't want him to be on every team, especially with the, you know, newly introduced rest system, where they encouraged rotating teams. It didn't really make sense for him to be everywhere.
운은 실력과도 연관되어 있죠?
Give me poise gifts. I need the huge gift sack for sure. Okay, just gave me all 3 parts on the same roll. This is why you go to this on floor 10. There's so many gifts out of the pool that this isn't even that lucky. It still definitely is lucky though. And now I can even fuse Lunar. I always do this, I always forget to fuse Lunar first. Because it would have been good if I could get back like the Pierce memories there. But no. Did I get everything actually? Because I got Jolly Plushie. And then I got this one. I think I got all of the exclusive gifts, which is rare. I'll get gift box is my floor reward, so yeah, I'll get all of them. Cool. I'll enhance these. Sell one more thing. I think I want to remake the Pure Stone still. Ancient Effigy is a tier 2 gift in disguise. Yes, it is definitely not deserving of tier 4. But a lot of gifts are like not accurately tiered, I would say, so let's not be too harsh on Ancient Effigy. I think the worst tier 4 gift is the King and Bind one.
가자.
It's like your 7th deployed person gets 1 clash power, and maybe it has a few other small things. But that is a really not good tier 4.
공자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다. 정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 고수 아니겠습니까?
엄청나게 강한 일격을.
And that actually staggered me. I forget just how high up his stagger threshold is. Even basic enemies are staggering me like every fight.
원더풀 선택이었어 말이. 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
개체에게 치명적인
It's time for everyone's favorite game. How many skills to kill Santada? I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to guess 1 today. I think that I can do it. Safe guess is always 2, but I believe we can pull off the 1. That's the power of Envy Resonance.
여관에 가면 또 한참을 떠드시네. 바리에게 해줄 이야기가 또 늘었군요.
꽂았나?
You're also betting 1? Alright.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만
The
해주세요.
goal is 1.
가까워진다.
You think it's still going to be 2? Okay, it's reasonable to guess. I don't know how much health he'll have, but I saw I did like 700 damage with a single first coin of one of these, so I'm pretty hopeful.
꽂았나? 가까워진다. 항해 끝. 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
감동적이지 않을 수 없네.
가까워진다.
이제야 실력을 좀 내세요.
가까워진다.
I'm getting the false halo stacks up, that will help out a bit.
위대한 일격을 기록하는 중간에 이따가 버스에서 회고해야지 않겠는가?
꽂았나? 가까워진다.
Santada is just hilariously weak. I don't know why he has so little health.
항해 끝. 가까워진다.
And then I have, you know, my personal reasons to like him because of my text errors video.
가까워진다.
이제 해결사의 중독도 익숙해지셨나요?
Oh, I don't get clear mirror offense up because he died to Mox or something. Okay, we might be getting
위안일 뿐입니다.
2 here.
정보팀은 조금 더 가치 있는 걸 추구하는 고수 아니겠습니까?
But let's see.
꽂았나?
That's a 1. We did it.
본인의 모험에서도
And if I had the clear mirror offense level up, it wouldn't have even needed needle and thread because that was 36 health he had left. And then I get the gift box, base power, sure. I'm strong enough that I don't care about taking bad trials. And now here's the part where I may have slightly lied to you guys. In order to go for maximum HP, I need to fight Cromer. In order to fight Cromer, I have to do it on floor 11. Basically, I have to skip out on this one adversity. I can't take lower max HP if I want maximum HP. So, we will be skipping a little bit of adversity today, in the interest of our side quest. (49) adversity. I've never actually skipped adversity before without just like skipping all of it.
가자. 죽이라.
Why is fighting Cromer needed for max HP? That's a great question that I will answer when we get to Cromer, which shouldn't take too long. I was really hoping that I would get a hidden boss.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면 얼마나
제 부위가 파괴되었습니다. 대형
I heard the rose die. No animation is already dead.
개체들이 예측하기 힘든 작전을 펼치려는 듯하군요. 주위에서 관찰을 지속해 주십시오.
I'll be forced to fight Lei Hang on floor 15 as punishment for my crimes, yes.
전체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다.
What a long battle that was, right guys? Worthy of being an entire floor pack just for that fight. Oh, well, would you look at that?
가자, 죽이라.
He was too eager, he couldn't wait, but he is not strong enough yet.
어떤 상황이 닥쳐와도
I thought I got rid of all my skill 2s.
꺼줄까?
못하겠습니다.
Apparently not.
너무 유치하잖아요.
보자 너.
I feel like I mention it almost every stream, because it's just a natural topic of conversation, but I'm not sure if I've ever actually fought Lei Hang on one of these. He is the hardest boss for solo, just by far. Because turn 1, you're slash weak, he is essentially guaranteed to proc embers on you, and so you just have one less revive. And if you don't have embers, you just die. So,
대부분의 상태가 좋지
no other
않다는
boss
걸
does that.
알고 있습니다.
And then he also gives you 10 fragile,
전투를
so you probably just die the next turn as well.
보자 너.
And by die, I mean activate T-Corp badge. But when you get him this early, he can stagger.
일격을 가까울 놈들은 아닌가? 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
And normally special contract, like, kills him. But I might not have it. I do. I'm not sure why. I guess I just didn't do that much damage.
보자 너.
But yeah, he will die shortly now.
해주세요. 원더풀한 선택이었어 나리. 저들의 약점이 분명히 보이는 게로군.
I didn't think that counter would actually go through, because his skill is supposed to instantly end the turn.
이미 메뉴를
I swear,
여섯 번은
what
받은
counts
분들도
as
보이는데
ending the turn and not is so weird, because like it stops Honglu from dying to Tarnished Blood. I guess the counter is like part of the same skill. Anyway, what tier 4 gifts am I still missing? I need both of the burn ones, one of the bleed ones, one of the tremor ones, and one of the charge ones. Okay. So I'll look for burn gifts, because there are 2 good outcomes. And I still need a skill replace. One more refresh. We did get our skill replace. And I will now fuse into... since my goal is to fuse for Piece of Relationship, I'm going to fuse for something I already have all the gifts for, so I'll just fuse Pierce. I guess I'll make this first before I forget. But the goal is just to get Piece of Relationship through fusion, which is why I'm trying to collect every tier 4. Okay, there it is. I feel like that happens to me more than it should. It's like 3 times now I've done that on stream. Let's enhance a few more things and then we can go for maximum HP. I think that's about everything that needs enhancing, besides Blue Star Shard, which I haven't found somehow. I'll definitely search for sinking gifts next floor. But now,
죽이라.
I'm level 85, so I don't think I'll be getting a new record. I only got one level up event. But we can still go for the highest HP we can get on this run, which relies on Yasunyada's ego passive.
절방매듭.
Raise max HP by 15% when recovering from stagger 3 times per encounter. Normally, Harpooner Heathcliff only has 1 stagger bar, but Cromer is kind enough to stagger us as many times as we want. As long as I don't kill her.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
So hopefully I'm able to not kill her.
개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이
하나,
바로 정보의 힘입니다.
지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
원더풀 선택이었어 나리. 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
Ideally I stagger here. Not quite.
응원도 결국은 나약한 자들이나 듣고 싶어하는 위안일 뿐입니다. 정보팀은
Okay, well I don't want to give her free attack power. I might have to reset to get staggered turn 1.
저거
I also should have sold special contract. Okay, we're doing way too much damage here. I think I need to just counter. No attacking. After I, of course, get the ego passive up.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
하나, 둘. 지면이 울릴 때마다 네 업을 떠올려라.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을
Please get
가했군요.
more heads rolls. I need to stagger
바로
Cromer.
정보의 힘입니다.
Of all times for you to give me the 6 tails in a row, 8 tails in a row, this is not when I want it.
위험을 모르는 건 나쁘지 않습니다만
보자
좀
너.
무식하게 돌격하실 거라면 전 빠지겠습니다.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다.
So there's one stagger. I still have a stagger bar. I think my counters are too strong. I had to go here on like 413 or something, I guess. Yeah. I am a bit too strong for this. I did this before. How did I not do this though? How am I so much stronger this time? Actually, wait. If I don't lose my stagger bar, this is still fine? No. Okay, well we're a little bit short. I would get another 15%.
절방매듭.
So I'm not sure what that would actually put me to, but I don't think we're going to easily stagger 3 times without killing her. I know it wouldn't be a new record anyway, so I'm not too inclined to go for it. But 700 HP, that's still a lot. 5,000 damage is also a lot.
이제야 실력을 좀 내시네요. 평소에도 이러면
I always forget there's like more. I'm expecting the fight to be over after Cromer, but no. We have this guy that wants to show his face.
보자 너.
Non-clashable counters could be good if they gave shield or damage reduction. Yes, I completely agree. They've tried that a little bit. Sunshower Heathcliff, everyone's model for a good identity. He gets up to 5 protection every turn when he's about to get hit, which works well with his counter. And I think Liu Yisong gets shield based on the burn on the enemy. So they have shown attempts at making counters usable. It just hasn't really happened yet. And I think actually Middle Sinclair actually, he gets shield, and he can counter effectively because of it. As long as you aren't fighting rupture enemies. Potential man mentioned, yep. He's definitely a top 13 Heathcliff ID. Growth Resilience is always what you're looking for. These are the best two trials to take, and then Final Power, Base Power are the worst trials to take, so this is an extremely easy choice. Who do you think would be a fit center for a Ricardo ID? It's just like, it's too obvious to do Heathcliff, but like they are going to do Heathcliff. It's so obvious that they'll actually do it. But if it's not Heathcliff, then yeah, something like Rhodia could work. Let's go here. Who couldn't be Blood Fiends? Are there any gifts I still need? I feel like I have almost everything. Like, I have Faith and Peace of Relationship, which are normally the hard ones to get. Heathcliff was almost a great sister, so Heathcliff is out of the selection. Yet we have two Syncdons and, like, two Zvi Sinclairs. The similar IDs does not make an ID unable to get a new one. I don't know what gifts I'm missing. I'm just going to fuse a random tier 4. Oh yeah, I guess I can make like all the old memories again, just because. It's not really a reason not to.
가자, 죽이라.
자, 동료들이여, 자세를 갖추고 저들을 맞이하세. 우리를 가로막는 저 시대를 해치우고 끝나지
You think Nair for Ricardo? It's not the craziest idea, but I think he's much more of like a follower, do what he's told rather than trying to like rise up the ranks in the middle.
보자 너.
Would corroding hurt? I mean, I wouldn't really be able to corrode because I have faith.
앞으로의 관계 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
If I could corrode, it would be fine to do it. To speed things up, because this isn't the most interesting fight, I'm going to throw out a binds here.
나는 이 왕좌의 무기야. 홀로 잃지 않은 자의
10,000 damage.
가까워진다. 항이 끝. 가까워진다.
선택이었어, 나리! 저들의 약점이 뻔히 보이는 게로군.
What the poise icon is meant to be. I think it's just supposed to be like breath. Unless it's like the lines that come out behind you when you're sprinting in a cartoon. I've never actually thought about it. I've always just kind of said, yeah, that's breath, and gone with it.
가까워진다.
올바른 방법으로 객수에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
The Blood Fiend just vanished because he died to Scarlet Moths right when the turn started. So like before he could even run on screen, he was already dead.
준비를 철저히 했나 봅니다.
It was either Scarlet Moths or Biovenom Vial or a combination of the two that just killed him. This does damage at the start of next turn, and so does this.
보자 너. 가까워진다.
There is no unique rupture in the game yet.
가까워진다. 항해 끝.
But yeah, Poise doesn't have a unique as well.
가까워진다. 가까워진다. 항해 끝.
Deathrite technically counts as unique rupture, not for gift purposes. It's not labeled as unique rupture. I'm also not sure if the tremor types are technically labeled as unique tremor, but they're kind of their own thing. They're amplitude conversions. But like, they definitely count for our purposes. Let's fight King and Vines.
뭐 업무 범위 이상이었다. 감당해라.
Oh, here's a level up event.
해냈어. 해결.
On crit, deals sin affinity damage equal to a percentage of the damage dealt. So that would be like, yeah, true final damage up, which could be nice. Oh yeah, I need sinking gifts. Give me... How have you not shown up yet? There it is. Yeah, there are definitely things in the game that are poise-related effects, but they aren't called unique poise for whatever reason. It's like, oh, you can't actually look at the gift effects here. I was going to show that, like... Does this work? No, I'm not going to be able to see it. But it's like, even the fusion gifts that always say, like, this gift only activates if you have 5+ IDs that have skills that inflict tremor, potency, count, or unique tremor. Like, the rupture ones don't say unique rupture, and the poise ones don't say unique poise. So they aren't even, like, future-proofed. If they ever add them, they'll have to change all of those gifts. Anyway, we're going to quickly kill these guys in like 2 turns with the power of ego.
나는 이 왕좌에 묶여 홀로 통치하는 자일지니.
개체에게 치명적인 손상을 입히는 데 성공했습니다. 앞으로의 전투도 이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
I managed to have above 1 speed after using binds. Look at that, I have 17 haste.
보자 너.
And I tails rolled.
이거는
치명상을 입은 직원이 있습니다.
An in-corp ego king and binds?
모든 죽음은
Maybe.
손실을 극복할 수 있는
That would
방법을
imply that
제시해
in-corp is able to contain this guy.
전 힘내자는 말 따위는 하지 않습니다. 이곳에서 그만큼 의미 없고 비효율적인 인사는 없을 테니까요.
Going to have a lot of bind next turn. Actually, I only got to use it once. Yeah, maybe. I guess they are able to contain some decently strong enemies already. So now, okay. time for everyone's second favorite game. How many skills does it take to kill King in Binds? He has 30,000 health. And I will be trying to clash. It looks like I can actually win my clashes this time. I'm going to guess 14. But it might be less than that. No, it's definitely less than that. Hang on. Underestimating my own damage here. Six is looking like a good guess, because he's about half dead after 3 skills, and we will have the advantage of Scarlet Moths. So that's 4. Here's 5. And this one should kill him. Yeah, you got it. Well done. Your prize is that you get to choose what floor I go to on floor 15. I'll go through any pack you say, assuming it shows up on the refreshes. Ahab could have binds. Ahab could also have blind obsession. That's like the obvious fit for her. Because I think it's possible that Incorp would like retrieve the ego from the whale. I don't think there's any gift I'm looking for. New League, is that your choice for 415? I'm going to assume it is, and I'll get a Railway 5 now. Alright. Before you ask, I'm not keeping Shatterbound Cannon.
운은 실력과도 연관되어 있죠?
I will sell it immediately. There are still 3 new league members. Alright. Oh yeah, I should get Crushed Memory. I can probably fuse it. Yeah. I have every gift I could possibly want. And I believe I don't want to skill replace either. I hate that I have to have enough money to check. Yeah, 1 and 5. If I did another skill replace, I wouldn't be a poise ID anymore, because my skill 3 actually does not give me poise. So I'll be avoiding that. The monkey from Hellscream will join the League of 9. Sure. Why not? I don't know very much about Hellscream. I've heard that it's, you know, everyone knows that it's really short. And I've heard there's like barely any characters. So I'm not sure how they'll make an entire canto out of it. Is Sorrowful Exhale actually useful? I'm pretty sure it does nothing. In a solo, at least. If the number 5 deployed ally, I'm not the number 5 deployed ally, and if there are 5 or more allies, there aren't. So in a solo, it does nothing. in a team, it's okay, I guess.
보지 않나?
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가할 뿐. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
보지 않나?
괜찮은
Maybe
공격이네요.
Otis, Faust's last cancer, yeah. I feel like Faust isn't going to be related to like anyone we meet.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다.
Faust is like her own isolated thing in my mind.
나의 대안은 정말이지. 감동적이지 않을 수 없네.
But I guess there will have to be some kind of villain in Faust's cancer still.
자,
Unless it's just like actually the devil.
보지 않나?
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다. 이제 해결사의 전폭도 익숙해지셨네요.
가까워진다. 항해의 끝.
이따위 협잡지를. 저들의 실수는 잠깐일 뿐이네.
보지 않나?
우리에게 꺾여버릴
Yeah,
것인가?
literally the devil. Whatever the Project Moon equivalent of that is. I wonder which wing is going to be literally hell. Maybe that's Z-Corp, actually. The director of Z-Corp is the devil. I figured it out, guys.
설마 이런 상황이면 제가 응원이라도 해줄 거라 생각하신
않나?
겁니까? 힘내.
Pretty consistent, like 5,000 damage here. Every skill. Or 25,000 damage when I add special contract.
이번에 받으신
Now for the fun part. This is where Envious will likely get activated.
늦을 겁니다.
But I can still clash everything, which is surprising.
다른 일을 받자고 했지 않습니까?
보지 않나?
I guess, actually no, I got a hidden boss gift, that's why I can clash everything. When we fight an Arbiter and Fairy is introduced into Limbus. Fairy is just Rupture, though. Or no, Fairy is just Bleed. It's Bleed plus Burn, because it also does damage at the end of the turn. Unless they make Fairy do percentage damage or something in this game.
가까워진다.
On the 500th Volvergus night when we do day 49, yeah.
어느 정도 숙지하셨나 보군.
보지 않나? 가까워진다. 항해의 끝.
Alright.
개체가 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다.
Worst abnormality in the game.
저희에게
Face the
어떤 식으로
wrath of
대원을
Envy
구할지
Resonance.
파악하는 임하도록 하죠.
보지 않나?
It's nice. The adversities keep my health low, which makes my passive actually do something. I don't really need more damage, but more damage is always good. Attack the body.
평범한 적은 아닌가 보네요.
I had this thing do 300 damage to me once after breaking its coins. I'm curious how much we'll get today. Although I guess it's just going to show up as like 1 because I'll be activating embers. So we won't get to actually know. Okay, I guess I just tank it actually. Maybe he wasn't critting, or maybe I just have way more defense this time.
심장 멈췄군.
Oh no, you know what it is? I got to take like 4 brutality this time, so they have way less damage. Growth resilient. $49 adversity. And we're looking for new league. There it is.
해냈다.
Percentage damage is just so dangerous for them to put into a game like this.
생각보다 쉬웠어.
Especially when they want to like make everything scale with levels. They have to be very careful if they do it. Oh, I should heal. IDs of the damage type fixers.
죽이라.
Yeah, black fixer from LobCorp, Heathcliff. I can't wait for that ID.
도움이 될 때가 있네요. 화가 나서 제대로 된 판단이 안 서는 모양입니다.
Okay, we've hit the hopeless and the struggling, which means I have an excuse to use ego, just to actually not clash win on turn 1. All right.
치명상을 입은 직원이 있군요. 매일 말하는 거지만 모든 죽음은
Starbuck felt like hitting all 3 heads today.
현실을 극복할 수 있는 방법을 모색해 주세요.
설마 이런 상황이면 제가 응원이라도 해줄 거라 생각하신 겁니까?
We might as well see if we can do it egoless in that case.
힘내.
Although, it's not looking likely.
보자 너.
1 off. Oh? No, I would need like a second hidden boss gift to be able to clash here. Or I guess I'll get clear mirror after this. If I survive, then maybe.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이 바로 정보의 힘입니다.
마지막 돌격이
Yeah, but now I probably die here is the only issue.
결국 승리의 서사가 우리의 손에 의해 쓰일
Because I didn't lower Ahab's sanity at all.
괜찮은 공격이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
개체의 약점을 정확히 꿰뚫었습니다. 준비를
I think even if I got max luck, I would die here. Okay. Egoless, probably not happening. But I'll try to do it using only 1 ego. I'll just ego on the first turn.
개체가 불리한 조건에 놓여 있습니다. 저희에게 어떤 식으로 활용하면 좋을지 파악하면 임하도록 하죠.
That should be enough for me to win.
나는 왕좌의 묵기야.
I want a Queen Bee ego
사는 자의
from Valpurgis.
올바른 방법으로 개체에게 일격을 가했군요. 이것이
I really like how Hornet Angela looks in the realization, and it makes me want that in like the modern art style.
프레스 선택이었어 나리. 적의 약점이 뻔히 보이는
치명상을 입은 직원이 있군요. 매일 말하는 거지만 모든 죽음은 의미가 없습니다. 손실을 극복할 수 있는 방법을 모색해 주세요.
보자 너.
Okay. This should stagger Starbuck.
괜찮은
Yes.
방법이네요. 앞으로도 그렇게만 해주세요.
And then hopefully Ahab doesn't kill me.
약점을 잘 노리셨습니다.
You want Little Prince?
해결사의 존재.
He definitely doesn't get talked about much. I don't even know what he looks like as someone that never completed LobCorp. I don't know if counters work on Ahab. I've never tested this, now that I think about it. Oh, that was Quickleg's counter.
개체의 약점을
I assume this doesn't work.
준비를 철저히
Yeah,
끝났군요.
okay. But we lived, so we should be able to win the whole thing now.
열쇠에 부딪혔으나 결국 승리의 서사가 우리의 손에 의해 쓰일 것이니.
보자 너.
If it has to be canon, then a road home. Yeah, road home Otis or something. That's the one that feels like it fits for me. I don't know why really, but a road home ego would be on my list of ones I would like.
마지막에는 참 화려한 장면을 준비하고 있었지. 다른 일이 알고 있어서 아무렇지도 않아.
보자 너.
그러니 그 아무런 위협 없이 대처할 수 있을 것일세.
A rare stagger plus in MDE. You almost never, or stagger plus plus even.
이길 거라고
You basically
확신하고
never
있었지.
see that.
보자 너. 심장 멈춰. 가까워진
Cat ID. I don't even know who or what that is.
보이시오. 당신은
Presumably it's a Wonder Lab or Distortion Detective character I haven't heard of.
보자
이런 걸
너.
겪었던 분 아니시지? 자, 아직 끝을 모르는 법이네.
Wonder Lab in C, okay. Yeah, I feel like Wonder Lab is a bit off the table. Unfortunately. I do a lot of damage. I guess that's what having a 4-coin skill does.
저희가 우세한 상황입니다. 이미 매뉴얼을 대여섯 번은 어긴 직원들도 보이는데 이 책임은 다음의 문제로
And I have maximum false Halo stacks as well. 42 offense level up.
가까워진다. 항해의 끝.
제압 개체 하나를 처리했습니다. 남은 개체들도 같은 기세로 처리해보죠.
It's a little bit too much damage to just let it hit me. Or the rest of my attacks at Gubo. And we're basically at the end here. I mean, there's not much in the way between us and victory. I wish we still got 2-star IDs so that we could get an in-corp ego sticking.
긍정적인 손상을 입히는
There's just no way that would be a 3-star released at the end of the season.
이대로만 부탁드리겠습니다.
저는 위대한 일격을 기록하는 사소한 희생은 언제나 필요한 법이지. 해고해야지 않겠는가?
And now we kill.
보자 너.
22 is not nearly enough clash power.
본인이 방금 뭘 본 것인가? 엄청나게 강한 일격을.
We didn't quite reach our side goals, unfortunately. I didn't get 3 staggers off of Cromer, but if I did, we would have been at like 750 max health.
이 애고에 이런 힘도 있었나?
And besides that, that should be victory. Not quite.
해가 달렸네. 열쇠에 부딪혔으나 결국 승리의 서사가
Damage button should work.
일 것이니.
You just remembered. What have you remembered?
들리지 않네. 심장 고동 소리. 모든 고래 심장 소리. 멈춰도 있을까? 돌아갈 것.
You had a dream where Canto 12 got leaked and you had to fight every idea of Faust? Could be fun, I guess. Imagine they all use ego on the same turn. Starlight profitable, you love to see it. Now I guess that just leaves the question of who do I solo with next week? Because in 2 weeks it will be based Sinclair, I'll have to level him. But next week I have to use an Otis ID. I was leaning towards Magic Bullet, if no one suggests anything better. I think that's kind of the only one that would be interesting here. It's like most of these ideas don't have anything that would make them stand out for solo for any reason. Maybe Sync because of a strong evade. Do Molar? Discard is at least something, yeah. Get to be Tremor, burst a lot. But I've always thought that a Magic Bullet solo could be weird because of this plus coin. And I've never actually done it. So I think I'll probably do Magic Bullet. You wanted to see a Molar this solo? Okay. Maybe. The skill. Plus the ego. Both of them would be affected by coin, and it could cause who knows what to happen. Either way, thanks to all of you for showing up to stream. I hope I'll see you next week for Otis, and I especially hope I see you in 2 weeks for Base Sinclair. And Magic Bullet isn't maxed because she's my least favorite ID in the game. And with that, I'll see you next week. Goodbye.